da 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 da. I can't do that.
Ready?
Not yet. Hold on. Go.
Okay.
Oh,
On
no,
three.
not yet, not yet, not yet.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Marty and the Pillow Talkers. Dwayne's back with me and Peter, aka the Pillow Talkers. We've got another video for you. Just like to thank everybody who watched the last video. We got a great response. We got some comments of the commenters.
Name one of the people that watched it.
Ben from the Ryford Cult. Thanks, Ben, for watching, and everybody else, of course.
Attaboy, Benjamin.
Yeah, so today's video we are going to talk about 5. Last time it was 5 movies that we hate. This time we're going to do 5 movies each that we like, but a lot of people hate or that got a bad rap. Is that what you said when it came out first?
Bad rap, yeah.
Bad rap, yeah.
Bad
rap.
I feel rap.
Bad rap.
A bit like Marky Mark, you know, when Mark Wahlberg was a rapper.
Yeah, bad rap.
Mikey Mark.
Mikey, is that what his name was?
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. Come around, it's Marky Mark.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to do 5 movies. A lot of people don't like these movies. They got slated by the critics, but show what the critics know.
Well.
Yeah, well, there you go. Dwayne, as always.
That was very fast, Dwayne.
As customary.
You know,
have you got dinner waiting at home?
No, we don't have dinner waiting home. There's a storm brewing.
I mentioned that in my last video.
Storm.
There's a storm brewing, yeah.
And
Martin did say, oh, that was tight.
Oh.
Martin did tell us that we had to hurry the fuck up with this one.
Okay, yeah.
12 minutes.
We're going too long, yeah.
Yeah, we're finished.
Okay.
Okay, Dwayne, as usual, is going to take the first one.
This movie has a special place in my heart.
Right.
Because I watched it probably 10 times when I was 15. I was sick when I was 15, and
did you watch it?
when I was off school, it just was on nearly every day.
Oh.
And I just grew to love it. And it's called Stop or My Mom Will
Hold
Shoot.
it up there, we get a look, in case anybody hasn't seen it.
I guarantee you it's a film that you did see, that you don't realise you've seen, but you'll just go, oh man, that film. But I love it, because it's pretty genius. First of all, I'll talk about the premise first.
I'll hold this.
You hold it up, Martin. I'm just too lazy.
It's a YouTube thing.
Sylvester Stallone there. He's a cop, and his mom comes to visit him. And while she's with him, she cleans the house, cleans up everything, and she washes his gun. That's not a euphemism. She just washes his gun and she destroys it. She makes bits of it.
Is that part of euphemism?
No. She destroys. She makes bits of it, and he's all like, and and she goes out. She wants to buy him another gun, so she ends up buying him another gun on the black market. A Mac 10. Could chop down a fucking tree, man.
No spoilers.
But anyway, she witnesses the guys she buys the gun off. They get killed until they're dead, and in a drive-by shooting. And so she witnesses a drive-by shooting. So she ends up helping her son, the cop, with his case, and just hilarity ensues. It is insanely cheesy. It's insanely bad. But it will just always hold a very special place in my heart. It's just really funny. He has nightmares about being in a nappy or a diaper, as the Yanks would say.
Yeah.
He has a love interest, and she is
His mum?
No, not his mum. He has a love interest, and his mum was saying she's a nice girl. You know, that's my impression of her.
Kind of Golden Girl stuff.
She's the golden. Yeah, and it's just really, really bad. And she's just getting in the way, and she makes him breakfast, and he has heartburn after it and all that shit, you know. But she saves the day. Don't know how, don't ask me why. She uses that fucking one of those big magnum guns to fucking shoot at the end, and it doesn't blow her away somehow.
Does she have a sex scene in it?
No, and thankfully not.
But she has a big gun.
So that's the gun she is.
When did this come out?
This came... Didn't look up. This is 92, wasn't it, Martin?
91.
91. Yeah, we looked at the trailer before this. 1991. The funny story about this is that there was always a bit of tension between Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, as we all know. You know, they just it's not that they didn't get on. There was always this friendly competition. They fucking hated each other. So
didn't he accuse his dad of being a Nazi?
Yeah, he did as well.
I think he was a Nazi, but didn't he break the story?
I think he did.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Nice guy. But
both.
the real funny story is Arnie told his agent to call up Stallone's agent and tell Stallone he was going to do this movie. So Stallone says, I will do it first. And just went and applied for the job.
Cool.
And got it. And to this day, he says it's the worst decision he ever made.
I was just going to ask you, why do people not like this film?
Because it's shite. It's really bad.
But you like it.
I like it because I was 14 when I watched it first. Maybe I think this is a really good movie for kids because it is.
Right.
It's like a kid action film with kind of adult themes. There's drive-by shootings. There's black market sales. There's guns.
There's a lot of these films though, like where you have like a cop that's grumpy or whatever, and they have an unlikely sidekick.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the film A Cop and a Half?
Yeah.
Where there's
the little kid.
yeah, not Burt Reynolds, the other fella that from Smoking the Bandit, who's like Burt Reynolds,
Kid
but
Martin
less
or a
good
little
looking.
actor, which
Is it that
Martin?
Burt Reynolds?
Is that Burt Reynolds?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Burt
A
Reynolds.
kid or a little actor?
Yeah.
Which?
And yeah, he is like a kid.
Staying on-
You know, he wasn't like
He was a kid.
someone with dwarfism.
He wasn't
no.
someone
No, it
with
was just a
dwarfism.
regular kid.
Yeah. I've seen this, but years ago,
Yeah.
and I can't remember much of it.
I wonder how it would hold up if you watched it now. I don't mean that the whole theme of it, just how bad it would be.
It's really bad. Should we even watch the trailer there? And it's like, and it seems, and there's some pretty good practical action scenes in it. Like,
Yeah,
there's a part
yeah.
when he basically chops up a lorry or a truck,
Yeah.
trying to stop an airplane, and it's all practical
Chops
effects.
it up how?
He drives beside the airplane, and the propeller chops up the front of the truck, like,
Oh.
and blows it up. So there's some pretty powerful fucking scenes.
It
in
must be a really shit movie though. Like if that's his
Oh, yeah.
one regret.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he did a film about arm wrestling.
Did he?
Yeah, Over the Top. That is him, isn't it?
That was Stallone and Hulk Hogan.
No, there's no Hulk Hogan, was there?
Hulk Hogan's in Over the Top.
You're thinking of Rocky.
No, the arm wrestling movies, Hulk Hogan, Over the Top.
I think.
No, I think I'm right.
I file that
Let
as
us
a
know in
things
the
that I
comments.
think never happened. Judge Dredd, awful.
I like
I like
Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
All the Expendables,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never watched them.
awful. And this is the worst. I remember watching this at the time and thinking, this is awful.
But I think he says this is the worst because he was tricked into doing it.
Right.
Because he was just like, Arnie's got just told his
Yeah.
agent to, yeah. So I think that's why. I think because he was fooled into doing it.
Yeah.
And Arnie sat back with a cigar going, ha 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 ha.
He is wearing a corduroy
Yeah.
jacket. I can see you wearing that. I think
blue
that's probably
shirt,
why you like this.
Oh man, he was my hero when I was
I had a
14.
corduroy jacket like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you wear
In
it,
the
Brian?
90s Nirvana days.
Nice.
It was pretty cool.
I think you should bring
And
that
she's
back.
a dose. She's a pure dose in it. Like she's a
Estelle Getty,
she's
yeah.
a pest.
I think she
And
Kind of
she's
best.
No, just a pure pest. Like.
Just a regular pest.
And she's like making him breakfast and everything.
A
and he's
PG
like,
pest.
oh man, I've had been man.
Okay, yeah. I can't really remember, so I can't comment.
Yeah, I'd like to see it again after seeing the trailer. 'cause,
No, you wouldn't.
The trailer was quite funny, like, so I'd like to see it again. Okay, moving along swiftly. What was that, about 4 hours for your film?
Fuck off, man.
Okay, so my first film. This is a film that people love to hate. This film, you know,
Yeah.
it's one of those big movies, big action movies that everybody hates. But I do like it.
You okay?
Yeah,
It's just ginger tea that Martin gave me.
Oh.
It looks like piss.
That's not
You
very
don't
metal.
eat the tea bag. Don't tell anybody I made tea.
Ginger
Oh
tea.
yeah, the movie I picked, not the top one. This is a twin pack. Is Pearl Harbor
Is that a twin pack of sanitary towels?
from
Martin?
2001. 2001's Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Okay.
Jerry Bruckheimer
Yeah.
directed. A lot of people shit on this because of
It's
the
shit.
whole. It's not what shit about it. Like the whole,
There's plenty.
just because the whole romantic theme to it.
I don't think that's the reason.
What is it then? Bad acting and shit.
Bad acting,
But-
America.
But 90% of Jerry Bruckheimer films are all like Armageddon, Con Air. You don't go in for the acting.
Bad
It's in
acting
for
in
the
America.
It's in for the special in America, yeah. Special effects in this are awesome. There is a bit
Oh,
of a
there is,
love
yeah.
story. Jerry Bruckheimer throws in a bit of a love or a family kind of shit into all his movies, like Armageddon and Con Air and all that
I
sort
don't
of
mind.
shit.
I don't mind the
Bit of
romance. The
love
romance
shit.
is fine. Like those kind of disaster and
Not in this one.
like war movies. Like if you
Yeah.
add romance, it kind of increases the jeopardy. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've got more to lose now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I said to Dwayne earlier, I think by putting in a romantic interest or kind of love story into it at a real life event like Pearl Harbor, you're getting a bigger audience.
You said that to me, did you?
If it was just
You didn't know.
But you invest more in the characters. If it's just someone that's going about his business,
Yeah.
and the only thing he's worrying about is his car at home, you think, well,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care if he lives or
Yeah.
not.
But it opens it up to a bigger audience. I mean, how many ladies are going to go to watch just a pure war film. But if you throw in the romantic
Sexist.
side, it's not being sexist, but it's just maybe not ladies. Anybody at all is going to.
Yeah.
You're going to get a bigger audience by throwing
Suppose.
these romantic
Yeah.
things into them
Same
rather
with
than a
When we
straightforward.
talked about Titanic last week, but that was the part of Titanic I hated. To be honest, I hated the romance. stuff.
Yeah. Whereas, Chris, what do you like about it?
I like everything about it.
Oh.
I mean, I don't mind the cast. Ben Affleck is as stiff as a board, but
Ben Affleck, isn't he?
I like them.
Josh
Just Sean
Hartnett.
Hart in it. I don't mind him acting. He's been in some cool movies, but I love the special effects in this. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in this. You know, there's a really good stellar
Is he not
cast.
gonna-
Oh,
is he
yeah.
did he go-
He's the boat
He's
gunner
the
guy, isn't
chef.
he?
Yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Sizemore, John Voight,
I hope I
Colin
don't.
Fiore,
People
Alec
would-
Baldwin.
The
Fuck me,
Cuba
man.
Gooding Jr. Did he get a bit kind of? Let me just check something out.
I think he did. Like, he was accused of being at Diddy's parties.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
A bit,
Oh, is he controversial now?
A bit rapey.
Oh,
I don't know. But
Anyway,
like,
I picked Pearl Harbor. I like Pearl Harbor.
I think it was a little bit. It's funny because it's almost the same story, I think, as Armageddon. Apart from they're not flying, they're not flying their planes to
But I was just saying
an
to Wayne
asteroid
earlier
or
on
whatever.
about the one that came out a couple of years ago, Hacksaw Ridge. Same again. First half of the movie's all the
Hacksaw
love
Ridge.
That's
interest.
a better film, this, I think.
Which
Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, Hacksaw Ridge is better. The action
Yeah.
scenes in are crazy. But it's the same thing with the whole romantic side, building up, sending the boyfriend off, and let's
Isn't
hope he
that the
doesn't get
one?
fucked.
Isn't that the one with the Baldwin fellow who just shot someone?
Alec
He's in this,
Baldwin,
yeah.
yeah. Fuck me,
Yeah.
I'm putting this movie away quick.
Yeah.
Right, Pete,
I
you're
think.
off.
Yeah. I don't think it deserves the
No.
the heat it gets.
No.
But it is.
I think
Pretty
one thing that probably
pants.
you touched on, and not to insult any pure Yank
Comment.
viewers we have,
Yeah.
but it is very like America, fuck yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's kind of slightly overtaken. Like what America did in the Second World War is like a huge part,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just stay within that realm. Whereas in this, they go over there and it's like, I'm glad you are on our side or whatever, and all this
Yeah,
stuff, and
Yeah.
the kind of
I always find when going into a Jerry Bruckheimer movie, I'm going in for a popcorn movie. It's just fucking action all the way. And
You can just
that's
veg
all
out-
you want.
veg
You know
out,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to fucking take the actual events in the movie to be
Okay.
or anything like.
So after that,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that was long enough as well,
Ditch it.
Martin.
yeah,
Right, go on.
right.
I was finished about an hour ago. You
So
kept
after
going.
me critiquing the lowbrow of your movie,
Mhm.
Right.
mine is
classic is
my
this.
first is Howard the Duck.
Oh.
Okay.
You seen it?
I've seen it.
Have you
yeah.
seen it?
I've seen it when I was a kid.
I understand why people don't like this film.
Yeah. It hasn't aged.
I'm pretty
too
sure
well.
I've seen it in the cinema.
It's like a kids' film.
Yeah.
Like the tone is set like very young,
Yeah.
and then there's kind of racy bits in there which
What?
make it.
Was it a PG movie? I'm pretty sure it was. I think I seen it in the cinema when it came out.
If it was, they don't make PG films like this anymore.
No, but
I don't think.
there's a lot of older PG movies that you wouldn't get away with it.
Yeah. Then there's kind of curios in it. I like Mike McFly's mum's and that. What's her name?
Oh.
Linda Thompson? No.
Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson.
She's
Yeah.
very pretty in it.
Like if you was her in the 80s, like you're getting scripts. The first one is like, right, there's this movie.
Oh yeah.
Your son, Michael J. Fox, you know him? You heard of him?
Yeah.
He's your son in this film, and you're going to try and shift the face off him. And she's like, oh.
Well, do more. She dropped the hand on him as well.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Calvin.
fantasizing about his boxer shorts, calling them
Yeah.
Calvin Klein
Calvin
stuff.
Klein.
So she's like, yeah, I'll take that, even though I am
Pardon.
kind of. Anyway.
Yeah. What movie were we
Yeah.
talking about? Oh yeah.
So she goes from that, and the next film, I presume it's the next film. It's like, right, in this film, we're going to get you, and you're going to fancy this duck. And you're going to kiss and want to kind of shift, possibly more with this duck.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're saying like from incest to bestiality?
Yeah.
Bestiality.
I'm just curious, what else
Yeah.
has she done?
Are you curious, Mark?
No,
I know what
yeah.
you say. After I say that
I don't
sentence,
mean
you say,
physically,
I'm just
but
curious.
What other movies has she done?
Oh.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
with that, her agent is kind of
Mm,
perv. Like
letting her down a
definite
bit.
perv.
You think it is?
But yeah,
Oh,
really
jeez.
good.
Yeah, bad tea.
Tim Robbins, is that his name?
Yeah, Tim Robbins.
Is Tim Robbins in it?
Yeah, like this has to be one of his first films.
Yeah.
And
What
he's
is-
like
what-
really overacting his socks off.
What's he playing it?
He's a zoologist that kind of works with Howard because he's an alien that's come from
Oh, is
another
that
planet.
what Howard is? His name?
Yeah.
Is it? I never.
Mrs. Marvel.
Yes.
So he's come from this duck planet, and like these ducks are just
Planet
doing
duck.
kind of human stuff on a duck planet that's shaped like an egg, and he gets zapped to Earth from this kind of mega weird science experiment.
I wonder why people don't like it.
Like, I totally see why
I
people
need
like
to
it.
see it again. I know I have seen it. I've seen it a couple of times.
But it is childhood to me.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
this
I get it.
film, like it kind of totally escapes all of my kind of critical faculties just because it is.
Yeah, it's a cult classic now, though, isn't it? It does get slated
Oh
by.
man, I've watched clips of it, and I've watched clips of it since you mentioned that you wanted that, and it really, it has not aged well.
No, the animatronics are shite.
No, I mean, but the story just hasn't
No,
aged well.
a lot of the jokes fall flat as well.
Oh, man.
It's like it's that weird kind of in between kid film, adult film, because a lot of the humour is racy. They're in strip clubs and massage parlours and
Very
stuff.
weird.
This can't be a PG, Martin.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm not sure, but we'll find out.
Tell
We'll let
them
you know
to
in
put
the
it in the
comments.
comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments if you know what.
Yeah.
Howard, why you tell him to put it in the comments?
I feel too
But,
conscious.
yeah, no, it's another movie I'd like to watch again. There's
Yeah.
there's quite a few of them here that need rewatching.
Would you like my poster that I printed off at
I
work?
think it looks great.
You'd never.
Thanks, I'm gonna put it up on my wall.
Yeah.
More adventure than humanly possible. Leah Thompson, Jeffrey Jones is in as well. Oh, he's controversial
Do
as
you
well.
want this one as well?
It's the guy
Oh,
in
he is,
Beetlejuice.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not going any further than that.
Have you seen what they do to him in Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've seen Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is dog shit. But
Alright.
yeah,
Over it.
so Howard the Duck was Pete's. Back to Dwayne.
Yes, my next movie, which isn't on my list. As I said, this list is not in. I'm going to just do this one next because it's harder to hold up. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I really like this movie because it's about a daydreamer, and I'm a daydreamer.
Is it Daydream or a Lie?
Was
No.
daydreaming.
Daydreamer. He is. It's almost like. Sorry, was that me? Did I move the thing?
No, it was me.
Thank God. It's almost like he's daydreaming on the borderline of mental illness. Like he is his attention span is so minimalistic that he just daydreams constantly. I just think it's a fun film. I think it's a feel good film. I love the soundtrack. I love the storyline. It's directed and written by it was written by based on a short story who I did write down, and I can't make out who. Did I write it down?
I remember reading the short stories when I was young.
Did you really?
Yeah, I totally do, yeah.
But I love it. It's directed by Ben Stiller, starring Ben Stiller, and basically goes on a massive adventure all across the world. Well,
An imaginary adventure.
it's not an
He goes to
imaginary.
Greenland. doesn't he?
He actually Iceland. There's a
Is it
difference.
Iceland?
Yeah. there's a
I thought it
difference.
was Greenland. I know there's a difference.
There's a difference.
One is green and one is like a cube.
I see. One's a cube.
Yeah.
I just like it. It just basically goes all over the world. It's a real adventure. He goes on to basically get a photograph of Sean Penn. I like it as well because it's like he met up with Sean Penn after what he said about him in Tropic Thunder,
Oh.
because he wrote and directed that as well. And you never go full silly.
Any impressions or?
What Sean Penn?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no. But yes, we all know what he said about Sean Penn in that movie. But Sean Penn is in this, and he is going to try and get a photograph. He works for a magazine, like a National Geographic / Time type magazine.
Yeah.
And for their last issue, he wants to get a photograph of this wildlife photographer that no one ever. I don't know what. I don't even. I'm actually confused now. I could be. No, I'm not mixed up with something else. No.
You're talking about a different film.
No. So he goes off on an adventure to try and get this photograph for the last.
This sounds like the plot to Stop My Mum Will Shoot.
It's not the plot stopping around with you. And he goes across the world to follow this wildlife photographer to basically get a photograph of him. When he realised that the photographer, the wildlife photographer, was basically following him,
Right.
to try and get him to do it, or sent it. You know what? You have to watch it.
Caught the loop.
The MIDI loop. That's what I mean.
I watched it when it came out, and I didn't like it, and I don't know why I didn't like it.
Okay.
But I never bought it. I watched it, and I think that was a really long film or something.
It is a
Something
long
put me
movie.
off
It is a long movie, but I just like it. It kind of chills me out. I like the soundtrack is fantastic. It's like Sigur Rós and Jose Gonzalez and all that. So I'm just there. I think the soundtrack makes a huge.
I think that'll be a good one for Movie Club.
Yeah,
First week we're back.
Kirsten Wiig is his love interest, and she's really nice in it. You know what I mean? She's just very friendly. She's a
Who is
son,
it?
Kirsten
Kirsten
Wiig.
Wiig.
I like
Oh,
Kirsten Wiig.
I like this one.
And she, her son is a skateboard.
Is he got
does,
four wheels?
Yeah, he doesn't have hands and legs, just little wheels.
Her son is a skateboard rider, and
Skateboarder.
a skateboard rider.
Yeah.
And he ends up on his adventure. He picks up a skateboard from an.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I watched this as well quite close after it came out, and I was really recommended it by a lot of people, and I thought it was awful.
You thought it was muck.
Yeah, I thought it was muck. Like, it felt really long, artsy for the sake of it.
That was the problem with me, I think. It was just
Yeah.
long or something. I can't remember why
I just like
It might have been overhyped. I
Yeah.
think Ben Stiller couldn't pull off the character also.
Yeah, like Ben Stiller's a bit. Sorry, Ben.
Mm.
He's a bit one-dimensional with some of his characters. You
Yeah.
know? But I love it. I just like
He
it.
has some great movies, but then he has
Yeah.
some shit.
Whenever it's on TV, I leave it on. It's just one of those films that you can kind of play in the background. And
I have some Ben Stiller in my list as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, so my next movie is another movie, big Disney movie, cost fucking billions to make,
Did it?
but got slated. It's
I
one of the most expensive films ever, I think.
I don't get this.
And I don't get the hate for this film at all because I read all the books. I think there's 9 or 10 books in the Mars series by Edgar Rice Burroughs,
Right.
the writer who wrote Tarzan, and the movie I chose was John Carter. Is it John Carter of Mars? No, John Carter. John Carter Mars was the book. But this is the. Do you know who John Carter is?
No.
Okay.
I thought he was Marvel before you said it was a book.
No, it's a book. Edgar Rice Burroughs, the guy that wrote all the Tarzan books, wrote this series. He wrote loads of different series and stuff, but this was his Mars series. So John Carter is an ex Civil War soldier who gets kind of transported to Mars. Mars is inhabited. It's called Barsoom in the books. It's the planet of Barsoom. Meets all these sort of weird characters and races of people on Mars. Ends up fighting with them. He's got a kind of special ability in this book where the gravity on Earth is different than that. So he can jump. So he could jump from. You know the Hulk jumps in the movies. He can do that here.
He's not the Hulk.
So that's why he becomes like not a superhero
So
in this thing.
does he
But
turn green? Does he turn green?
No, he doesn't turn green. No.
So he can jump really high.
So yeah, so he fights all these kind
Like
of
a flea.
creatures, the white
Does
apes.
he wear Ted shorts?
Teared shorts.
Yeah.
He's in
Corn.
kind of
Ted.
leather straps and shit. But yeah, this got slated by a lot of Burroughs fans as well. People wanted a
It is
Burroughs
told,
movie
yeah.
for years, and it got slated. It
Right.
says Star Wars for a new generation.
For a new
And is
generation.
it anything like Star Wars?
No.
It has all creatures and nice big
not Star
friendly
Wars.
creatures and stuff. But
Ooh.
I mean, if they had the material is there, if they had just made more. But this
Yeah.
flopped so bad, nobody wants to
I've
fucking
never
touch it.
seen
I'd say.
it. I've never seen it, and kind of like I've only heard of this recently. I think that name doesn't do it any favors. Like
John
it seems
Carter.
like the most mundane thing.
Yeah, I think with the name of that, it's very. You either know who John Carter is and the Edgar Rice Burroughs
Sounds
books,
like
or
it-
else you're fucked. Like,
It sounds
But-
like an electrician.
Yeah, it's like calling the film Edward Johnson. Do you know what I mean? Or something.
That's better,
but
man.
that's what I'm saying. It'll only appeal to Burroughs fans or people who have read Burroughs. Like,
But I think
Is that
that's that. There's lots of
that's Taylor Kitsch.
there's lots of cases
Yeah,
of
Gambit.
kind of names like if you know like brand recognition to a kind of cohort of people.
Peter
Yeah.
Donahue.
Benjamin Morton.
But if you don't know this, that name doesn't draw you in.
No,
Do
it
you know
won't.
what I mean?
Yeah, I think Disney, just the fact that it was Disney, they thought it would.
Did you ever see one of those
Really
films
well.
that kind of were filmed 10 years before the actor was famous?
Mm.
And then you see the DVD in a shop and it's just a bullshit film and it
Mm.
has the name like Sylvester Stallone and then in the tiny writing it'll have the name of the film.
Oh,
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's trying to draw you in
Yeah.
to that. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah, I think that maybe that was a problem with it too, like the title of the film.
I suppose even the poster or the cover is just so it's like John Carter, and then it just has these weird monkey things
Yeah.
White apes.
and white. Oh, sorry,
So
Sorry,
Uh,
White apes of Barsoom.
white apes of
It's,
Barton.
Yeah.
But for me,
The Eiffel
because I've
Tower.
read the books, same way you were last time with the Lord of the Rings, it's nice to have something visual to go with the books that you
Yeah,
read when
yeah.
you were
I'll give
younger.
it a watch.
Yeah, it's good. I liked it. I like that film.
Like, it's completely over the top sci-fi, but it's good. Like, I know I like it.
Over
so-
the top, that's the name of the arm wrestling film.
Oh yeah, over the top. Yeah, wasn't no
Oh,
holds barred.
G.
Yeah. No Holds Barred did have,
Right. Okay.
but that didn't have Sylvester Stallone.
No.
That had Zeus.
Oh yeah.
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 Okay, next.
Okay. Next up, Pete.
Okay, so my next film is the Ben Stiller
Okay.
directed, and he is,
Depends on the directors.
yeah, I think so. Otherwise, I'm gonna look right flipping.
All right. Let
Oh,
us know in
sorry.
the comments.
Um,
Peter's a right flipping.
and he's also he's also like one of the subplots
it?
in the show.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
There's a lawsuit going on, and
Oh, I know.
Like,
I
throughout
know-
the
I know
film,
the movie you're talking
and
about.
it's him.
I haven't
and
seen
his
it yet,
brother.
but-
Tell everybody the movie.
The film is Cable Guy
Oh no, it's.
by Jim Carrey.
I thought it was Reality Bites.
Reality Bites. No.
That's a different film.
Ben Stiller's not in that film.
Jim Carrey's not in that film. Ben Stiller is in this film.
Is he in that film?
Ben
Stiller.
Yeah. Ben Stiller.
Ben
Ben
Stiller,
Stiller.
yeah.
So I remember when this came out, everybody thought this was the end of Jim Carrey. It's like, this is the worst film he's been in. This is the end of the hype train of him. That, like, he's going to go. I think this is Jim Carrey's best comedic film that isn't Dumb and Dumber.
This movie was my introduction into, without sounding
Cable TV.
No, without that too, because
Jefferson Airplane.
we didn't have
Karaoke.
we didn't have cable TV in Killalec.
Okay.
But this was my first introduction, I suppose. Because this film is like a bit
Into hookers.
like a psychological thriller in a way, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It freaked the fuck out of me.
Oh yeah, it's very
It
dark
freaked
comedy.
the
Like.
shit
So
out of me.
what was your introduction into?
Into like psychological kind of mindfuck
Dark
thriller
stuff.
kind of dark stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was about 12 when I seen it first,
Yeah.
and I was like, because I love Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura, all
Yeah.
those fucking.
Didn't like any of
Yeah.
this. Ace Ventura, The Mask,
So when I was
Liar, Liar.
when I was a child.
Yeah.
Like, when
Yeah.
but then when I seen this, I was like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Yeah.
I was like, what's
It's
wrong
not
with
the Jim
him?
Carrey.
It really it really scared me.
But I think it's aged really well as well.
Do you think so? I haven't watched it in years,
Me
but I've
neither.
watched it since I was a teenager.
I remember watching this as a teenager.
Oh.
It came out when I was a teenager. And I remember them saying, there's a part in this where he goes, can you imagine, like, in like the near future, be able to play Mortal Kombat with somebody sitting halfway across the world playing Mortal Kombat against you? I'm thinking, yes, if that's going to happen. Whereas now,
It's happened.
that's Jim Carrey's idea. But yeah, fucking fantastic film.
Jim Carrey didn't invent online gaming, did he?
He did, yeah.
You did, yeah.
Matthew Broderick's fantastic in this.
Was this before or after he took that spin up in Enniskillen?
No, this is after he killed someone, yeah. Jack Black is in this, wearing a Soundgarden t-shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
What do you think of Soundgarden?
I
love
early
love
Soundgarden. Yeah, I like
Soundgarden,
Soundgarden
yeah.
and stuff. Well, it's all early because they're not here
Yeah.
anymore. So yeah, I
But
like
yeah,
Soundgarden.
I think
yeah.
this. Do you think this is
The-
gets
the-
more stick in its own?
Yeah, definitely. It's a dark comedy. Everybody was so used to Jim Carrey and all the happy clown acting roles, and then just come along and they weren't ready for him like that. It always reminds the Jefferson Airplane karaoke bit. Always reminds me of the karaoke in Ted. Do you know that one in Ted?
Yeah, not
I
seen
think
it.
that's where they took it from. This
Okay.
because
Yeah.
with the credit people him doing the thing. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
a side note. But I think it's a great movie, and it's another one that needs to be rewatched again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I should watch it again because I haven't watched it. I haven't
yeah,
watched
and
it
you're
since
getting
I
it
was a
strangely mixed up with Reality Bites, which is
No,
Which
fuck
is
off, man.
Weird altogether.
No, I didn't, man.
you did.
Stop it.
Next, you used to have flipping
Stop it.
mixing up No Holds Barred, Reality Bites.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Right. Next.
That's why the comment section's there. Let us know how silly we are.
Now, my next movie, I'm going to hold this one up, is Congo. Now, I'm holding up a copy of Batman and Robin because this is what initially I was going to choose. But then I thought of Congo.
Okay.
So I'm going to put this down now. Congo is a movie based on the novel by Michael Crichton about...
He's the weird-headed fella, is he?
he wrote Jurassic Park.
Oh, I thought he was a robot and.
That's
Red
right.
Dwarf.
Red Dwarf.
Right? Smeghead. Yeah. Directed by Frank Marshall, starring a really, really good cast. Laura Linney, Dylan Walsh, who's that? Nip Tuck. Yeah.
Right.
Tim Curry and Ernie Hudson.
Don't know any of them.
Quality.
Tim Curry, I don't.
Ernie
Ernie
Hudson, Ghostbusters.
Which one?
He's first one.
Which one in Ghostbusters?
The African American one.
Oh yeah, I know he is. Yeah.
But
I remember
the
his name.
What was
Winston.
Winston, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
the really good cast. It was an absolute flop because I think.
I was going to ask you to look at the case, but the case is for a different film.
Going to look at it. I was looking at it. Got sucked into your television there for a second. It could have been a much better movie. It was a huge production value as well, but just the acting, the script wasn't good. The dialogue wasn't good. It was messy, but there was some great shots in it. There was some great practical effects.
What
in
kind
it.
of film is it? War film or?
It is okay. I'm going to start it from the start now. This is going to take a long time.
No, it's not concise.
Give us a short.
Yeah.
Give us a TLDR.
There's a company and they're looking for diamonds that provide energy for their
Diamond cars.
for some laser shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laser shit.
Laser shit. So the only diamonds that can provide the energy that they need are found in the Congo region in Africa,
Right.
in this lost city called Zinj. Is that what they call it?
Zing, is it?
Zinj. Zinj.
I think it's
Right
Zing.
now.
Zing. And they go on an expedition into the Congo to get these diamonds,
Yeah.
and they bring a gorilla that can do sign language.
Oh,
Yeah, and she wears a robot thing that when she does the sign language, it goes.
that's based
It
on
says it says the words when she does the sign language.
Is it Amy? Good Amy.
Yeah, is it based on Amy?
Sign language there.
What'd you do there?
I was giving you the hint for the time. Come on, hurry.
Oh, I thought he was doing like a predator thing.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so and then Bruce Campbell is in at the start. He gets dead at the start,
Mm.
and then look, in the Congo they meet hippopotamuses, and they meet cannibalistic tribes.
They meet a hippopotamus's missus.
No, they meet hippopotamuses.
Okay.
And the cannibalistic tribes, and there's a volcano that's about to erupt, and then there's the lost city of Zinj, and there's the enemies are grey gorillas that are like a cross between humans and gorillas and some other.
We don't
I
need
mean,
to
you
watch that
just
now,
slagged
do we?
my fucking white apes there a minute ago.
No, but that's it. There's grey gorillas. Man.
Grey gorillas.
Grey gorillas, not white apes.
It's a good adventure movie. I
The
like
novel's fantastic. I've read the novel a few times. It's such a good novel. It'd be one of these things if they remade it or they made it into a series. It would
Did that
be-
come out long after Jurassic?
I think it was 95.
Right.
And it was an absolute flop.
Do you think it was a flop because of the success of Jurassic Park
I
and
think-
people's expectations?
Michael
that
Crichton
affects
wanted
a lot of movies.
Michael Crichton. He was.
Do you think it was a flop because there's no dinosaurs in this one?
Maybe.
I'll tell you why it was a
Maybe
flop.
Dinosaur buzz. Is there any dinosaurs here?
I'm doing that for the last one. It's fine, it's fine. It was. I'll tell you
Oh,
why
yeah.
it was a flop when you. Yeah, bitch.
Right.
It was a flop because he was. He sold the rights of it before he wrote it,
Right.
and the movie was kind of being made. The script was being written for the movie as he was writing.
You're being very squeaky on that chair, Martin.
It's me.
Oh, is it you? Go.
Sorry, I'm unsteady. My balls are hurting me. And he just didn't have time. It's not that he wanted full control of the screenplay and all that, and
Right.
he didn't get it. And he wanted to direct it too, and he wasn't allowed to. So as a result, it had to be passed on to another agency or company or whatever, Hollywood shit. And it was just rushed.
Right.
He didn't have as much artistic input as he wanted, and it could have been something great. It wasn't, but it's still one of my favorite childhood movies.
And do you think it's shite, Martin? Or?
No, I loved it. I read
I
the
love
book.
it. I do love it.
I watched it loads of times when it came out.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had it on
But you
DVD
won't-
or VHS, but we watched constantly.
You understand why
Have seen
people don't
years.
like it.
Yeah. I think the expectation on movies because of writers is massive. One of mine is the same with a sequel.
And
It's always big.
The fact that he technically wrote it and had the rights, he was asked to write and had the rights sold before he wrote the thing. I think was a bit.
But
Never
yeah,
seen
it's
it.
a good choice. No, it's worth watching. There's
It's
loads
a
of
good-
these movies I really want to watch again. Okay, so I picked a John Carpenter movie next. Now I know I did a John Carpenter video at Halloween, links below. I had to say that.
Links below what?
But yeah, this is rated probably one of the weakest of the John Carpenter movies, and that's what would you call it? That's understandable, like, you know, because he's got some quality movies out.
John Carpenter, not John
No,
Carter.
no, this is John Carpenter.
You say John Carter.
There's
so
only
you-
one John Carpenter movie, unfortunately.
So when you say John Carter, you're just gonna go.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it then.
You're gonna say
So I picked Ghosts of Mars.
Okay.
Now this is one of JC's. Jesus.
GC's.
John
or
Carpenter.
JC's?
Well, same thing. This is rated one of his weakest movies and one of his biggest
Who
flops.
is your favourite? JC or GC?
JC or GC?
Hmm.
Who's GC? George
John
Clooney.
Carter.
Gemma Collins.
Gemma Collins. Is that the one that fell off the stage?
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Silly
Anyway,
Gemma.
losing my train of thought. We've got to get this video done.
Okay.
Okay, so I picked Ghosts of Mars by John Carpenter. It gets a lot of shtick. It's very lowly rated on any of the tomatoes and all, whatever, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great movie. It's not his best by any means, but I still think it's definitely a good little sci-fi movie with a good cast. You've got Jason Statham in one of his early movies.
Oh,
The best
He's
actor in
got
the
hair,
world.
that's why.
it's one of my favourite boys of all time.
Ice
Jason
Cube.
Statham.
Yeah.
Ice Cube is in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So who have you got? That girl out of Species. What's her name?
Species girl.
Just keep talking amongst yourselves. Shit, yeah, I had it there. Woman Henstridge, Natasha Henstridge.
Sounds like a disease.
Pam Grier, John Carpenter's stalwart. She's in loads of his movies, and then Clea Duvall. Anyway, it's these special force team go to Mars. I'm on Mars again. I'm after realising that.
Mars, yeah.
So they go to kind of prisoner transport. When they get to Mars, all the miners who live on Mars and all that have become infected by like a Martian virus or that, and they're just cannibals and just
They turn into kind of
psychotic.
zombies,
Yeah, they're just crazy.
Bit like the crazies on Mars, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So brilliant soundtracks. Anthrax do the soundtrack to it, so the movie keeps jumping
That's a
along.
tongue
Like, you know what I mean?
Is Ice Cube doing the
Instrumental.
music on
I
that?
don't think there's any rapping on it.
Brilliant
I opened
soundtrack.
it up,
Anthrax
so
do the
rapping's gone
soundtracks. That's fucking. That's the tongue
good.
twister. Of the
But
film.
yeah, it's a great movie. It gets a lot of shtick, but it is probably one of John Carpenter's weakest films. But I don't think it deserves the rap that it gets. John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars.
I'm totally moose knuckling here, man.
So yeah, I'm keeping my review short and sweet. So that's it. Have you seen it?
I've not seen it.
Have you seen Ghost
No,
of
I
Mars?
haven't seen it.
How?
I did ask. I didn't see it. I asked you though. I said, would it be kind of akin to Event Horizon? And you were like, yeah, same kind of vibes.
Well, it's
cheesy
just
kinda.
kind of horror spit. No, it would nothing to do with Event Horizon.
No, I know nothing to do with.
No,
Event
but I'm
Horizon,
just saying it
like-
wouldn't be on the same league anywhere near it. Like,
Okay.
Event Horizon's a classic.
There's like earrings on this fella's fingers.
Yeah.
Is that part of the?
They've got earrings everywhere. They're just insane.
This
They're
is-
a bit like the Reavers on Firefly Serenity. Did you watch that TV series, sci-fi
No.
show? Okay, well that's fucked.
This is a good idea for another list of films.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know musicians with no acting history that have gone on to? Because like Boys in the Hood with
it would have
Ice
been.
Cube
This would have
is-
been obviously after that. Now
yeah, that was his first movie.
I think that was 2001.
Is this the
movie here
sequel
as
to
well.
Boys? We were talking about Boys in the Hood, didn't we?
Boys in the
Me and
New
you
Hood,
were.
Mars.
Remember we were talking about the boys and they live in a hood.
Oh, we was yeah.
So yeah.
It's a
Anyway,
follow up to Robin Hood. Yeah.
Yeah, Robin.
Ghost
Hood,
of Mars. Do you like it? As I said, it's not John Carpenter's best, but I still think it's a really good movie.
yeah.
It
I
gets a
don't know
lot of
what you said.
shtick.
Do you like it?
Do you
I will watch
like
this.
it? Yeah, I think you should.
I think I
Short and
watch it.
sweet, an hour and a half
Right.
or something like that.
Can you pass me the best record in your
Okay,
house,
I'm
Martin?
not showed it.
House Martin.
House Martin,
Like a
The
bird.
band or the bird?
The
Is
bird.
it King Kong versus Godzilla?
No, it's not. Okay, so we was talking about the best film from the 80s that was kind of based on or around dancing.
Yeah, Footloose.
Dirty
It's
Dance.
not Footloose,
Footloose.
and it's not Dirty Dancing.
What is it, Pete?
It's La Bamba.
That's
90s.
that's not about no, that's 80s, but
Is
it's
it?
not about dancing.
Oh.
Whereas this is a bona fide dance film,
Bona fide.
breakdance,
I've never-
or as it's called in America, breaking.
Breaking.
Yeah, breaking. I can't do it with this, but it's
Yeah.
just breaking, no G and a little apostrophe.
Break
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So they don't
Yeah.
even have the eye.
No, they do have the I. It's after the end. Just take the G off, so it's like breaking rather than
Oh, and then
breaking.
an apostrophe.
Yeah,
Man.
seen it?
I've seen it.
I've never seen it.
I've
Of course
seen
I
it.
haven't seen it.
So this film, I understand why people don't like this. I love this.
Yeah.
It totally kind of appropriated like black and Latino culture,
Okay.
and it made like the main person like a really white bread, rich white person.
It's Sister Act 2.
Likes. Does that happen in Sister Act 2?
I don't know. She's
That's
a teacher.
Lauren Hill, though, isn't it?
She's a teacher and she's like, how do I teach these kids?
Do you think Whoopi Goldberg's white? Like just like Whoopi Goldberg's most certainly black. So yeah, I understand why people don't like this. It totally glosses over the kind of lifestyle of people that would have lived and been kind of in that culture, but still fantastic.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
you recommend it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was it bad? Why did people see it as bad? Was it because
Because
of
the acting was terrible, the
Okay.
story doesn't really lead anywhere.
There's a second part to it, is there?
Yeah,
Is there?
Electric
Jesus.
Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
The way I'm not sure.
Electric Bungalow.
Electric Bungalow. That's-
Yeah.
Yes.
I did see this when it came
Martin
out.
lives in a bungalow.
And there was a whole craze about this when it came out.
Yeah.
Did you just put cardboard boxes down and pretend you could breakdance when you were young?
No, but
We
it
did.
is that is another like I never got to that kind of adventurous part.
What
like
year
I
was
would,
that?
I would
Out
do
in
like
the terrace.
What year
yeah.
was that? I was probably 40.
1984. I know this without looking.
Oh, well, that's okay. I was 11. Get away
So
with it.
yeah,
Cardboard boxes.
yeah.
Yes,
So
that's
it's
what-
also responsible for lots and lots of kind of pasty white Irish kids and English kids, and I'm sure across the world, thinking they could dance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is good. That's kind
No,
of.
it's not.
That's where I cut my teeth in the streets.
Can you dance?
No.
I hate dancing.
But for about 5 years, I thought I could because I could
wow.
slightly move robotically.
Can you do a bit of a robot there at the moment?
That was it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Nice.
Nice.
That's different
Yeah.
kind. Yeah.
That's
No.
different kind of robotics.
So the heroes in this,
Okay, who's it?
Turbo.
Turbo.
He was actually like a legitimately good dancer.
Okay.
Then Ozone, who I think is a little bit less.
But environmentally
He
friendly.
died about a year ago, so
Okay. Well, don't care. But go on. Like, why was he called Ozone?
Plastic.
that's their dance name.
That's dancing. Plastic.
That's a
But
kid.
again, when you're talking soundtrack as well,
Are these the stars here?
yeah. So this
Okay.
is Turbo.
Okay.
Really sick runners as well. Like this film.
Trainers, aka sneakers. For
Yeah,
all the
it's a very
viewers out there.
stylish movie. You've got leg warmers.
Less good runners. You can see nipples here as well,
Oh.
which is why I bought the record. I hate the music. Have a look, man. What do you
I've
think?
never even seen the movie. Oh yeah, I can see them though.
But the soundtrack, Breaking There's No Stopping Us, by Ollie and Jerry, like the theme for the thing,
Yeah.
fucking unbelievable. It is
Oh, that's so stupid.
the film debut of Ice-T of Body Count fame
Right.
and Ice-T fame. Yeah.
Good film.
Ain't Nobody Chaka Khan.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Like this is a better soundtrack,
Yeah.
I think, than Footloose,
Or Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing,
Yeah. Where would you get a copy of that to watch it?
Dodgy Stick.
Dodgy stick.
You're looking at nipples.
No, because your eyes, when you said, I just caught your face.
Let's get
and
back
said,
to the movies.
I could see
Don't know
nipples
why
here,
I
and I was
talking.
just like,
Oh,
fucking
she knows.
hell.
You
But,
can see nipples.
I know, but it just, the way your face went there, just when I was looking at it, it just was very...
Google it. Google image the Break-In or Breakdance album cover and zoom in, and you'll see.
No, I'm good, man.
There's definitely not you. I'm talking to the camera.
Talking to the cat. What have you got next? Go ahead.
So
I don't
Yeah.
know.
use it,
I have seen it.
shite,
but
or
I can't.
watch it.
You know, I'd like to see it again
Do you
though.
want to put it back in your collection? I'm taking it back after
I do
that.
like the kind of corny
Yeah.
80s films, like, you know, cheesy films. Seems there anybody famous in it.
Yeah.
Shabadoo's in it, and Boogaloo Shrimp.
Do you know, the guy that plays Shooter McGavin in Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore?
Yeah?
He's in it.
Oh,
Is he? What's he doing?
dancing.
He
Is
is.
he trying to stop them from dancing?
No, you think he's a bad guy.
Does he eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Pieces of shit
Yeah.
for you for breakfast.
Yeah, but he's in that, and he's like a kind of manager mogul guy.
Oh, okay, okay.
Who put it out? The movie, like, it was a big movie. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. What's that?
That is.
Some record
That's
company.
MGM, is it?
Is it MGM? Anyway, okay.
My next movie.
Dance.
Okay, what's your next movie?
We don't. I don't think we have the poster for that, do we? Did you bring it with you?
Oh, I did print that earlier.
You
Just
did?
kind of.
Yeah, just
Yeah, just
elaborate.
go
Don't,
Yeah.
Not too much stuff.
with Junior, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, directed by. Is it Ivan Reitman? Is that?
Ivan
That's
Reitman, yeah.
twins, man. That's twins. That's a different film.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
No,
not.
this is Junior, and he's
Ivan Reitman.
they,
Oh, I've not seen
they're
it.
scientists,
Oh.
and they come up with a drug, an anti-miscarriage drug, called Expectin.
Nice.
Good name.
Does it have a G on the end or is it an apostrophe?
No, Expectin.
Oh, I expect it. Ah.
Yeah.
And to test it out on a subject, they make Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant.
Sounds
It's
good, man.
Serious shit, like, and he not only gets pregnant, but he just kind of, as we watched in the trailer there, he just turns into like, oh, I don't know what to wear. My
His hormones are all over the place.
my nipples are so sore. You know, get to the chopper now. You know, like he just starts talking about, I'm so sick, I cannot stop the vomiting. You know, this kind of shit. Like he just does everything.
He becomes very
German.
feminine.
He becomes
Or
very.
German.
He becomes Heil. No. And, don't worry.
That's his dad.
Yeah, true. Stallone said so.
Who's
but,
in it?
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and Emma Thompson is the love interest.
Yeah.
Oh.
She falls for Arnie
She does, and
before she finds out he's pregnant.
he tells her about 20 minutes before the end that he's pregnant. He's not just putting on weight. And I remember we were talking about this in the movie club there on Tuesday, and I was talking to young Connor,
Okay.
and Connor was like, how does the baby come out? And I was like, cesarean, and he just went, Of course, as if it was a
Yeah.
real thing.
He's going to push him.
Yeah, but as if it was like
Through the old
fact
urethra.
that as if that a man could get pregnant.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, crazy film, done really bad. Was just one of Arnie's.
And is he like an action tough bastard in it, or is it?
No, he's a scientist. He's a muscly scientist. He's a muscle boy,
right.
and he's a scientist. He wears glasses.
Right. Okay, that's how they.
Yeah.
Donate
That's how you know
peaceful.
he's
Yeah,
a scientist.
yeah.
Guy.
And he's sensitive and caring, and becomes more so when the hormones hit.
Mm.
Does his hair fall out and teeth go wobbly during the pregnancy?
No,
Does he have the baby? I can't remember.
I can't. I
Unless
think
it's a horror,
he does have the baby, but they cut it out of him.
And does he start lactating halfway through? Or?
I think he tried. I think he does.
He
Yeah.
tries.
I think he does. Yeah, from what
Yeah.
I remember, I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, he gets all hormonal and milk comes out of his titties, and you know he just.
I did see this
Yeah, I've seen
like
it, but
years
it's
and years ago, but I can't remember any of the stories.
like a lot of these
I remember
movies.
watching it when I was a child,
Mm.
and at that scene when they were putting them under for surgery at the end for the cesarean to take the baby out, I remember saying to my dad, "What are they doing?" And Dad says, "They're giving him a cesarean." "What's a cesarean?" "They cut you open to take the baby out." "Why are you doing to that?" And my dad just went, "Dwayne, there's no space in a willy to push a baby out."
Maybe not his. Do you know
But that's when
do you know, as a kid, I used to look. You would see, like in school. No, I wouldn't look down the end. Sorry, I would see kind of like anatomy books that were kind of age appropriate for primary school or national school over here.
still had naked
And you would see
babies.
like pictures of women, like a cross section, and you
Oh,
see
yeah,
the baby
yeah,
inside.
yeah.
And I thought that they used to cut women in half to get babies out.
That was Saw 7.
Yeah, well, I can see why.
Yeah, but I remember thinking like they must have just cut like because I had no idea
It was like a
how the baby come out, and this was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
like 16 or whatever.
Well, I thought like
And
I remember
that's
someone
what
telling
art
me
was
that
Terrifier.
the
Yeah.
belly button was the first scar you ever got.
You thought the babies
and
come out.
I was thinking, that's fucking why
Yeah,
baby comes out there.
yeah.
And that's
Mark, now you-
Biology 101.
There you go. Well, that's Junior.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a watch. But
Is it as good as Twins? Like Twins is a serious movie, I think.
Twins just like, well, I'd say the biggest contrast to Twins and Junior is that
Arnie's pregnant.
Arnie's pregnant, but he's clever in Junior.
Oh, but he's a scientist and he's not clever.
Well, he's a scientist. Whereas you know
Not pregnant,
whereas you know in Twins he's like, you're my brother, nah, to Danny DeVito.
But he's really smart in Twins though as well.
He is, yeah.
Hmm.
I think, does Danny DeVito spike him?
Do you know the first time
Does Danny DeVito date rape Arnold Schwarzenegger
In Junior.
pregnant in Junior?
Don't know,
I think
maybe,
he does.
yeah.
I remember watching Twins as a kid, and the thing that stuck with me, this was like 80s, or when it very first came out, like
No, I
80,
think it
late
was
80s or
90s. I think it was
early
90s,
90s.
yeah.
And it was the first time I ever seen a microwave meal. I remember all the way through it thinking,
Well, is it on?
That's
I'd
the
like
fu-
to taste that. That's all I
This
can
is the
concentrate on.
future.
Yeah.
And you're there eating your fucking your crispy pancakes, going.
Yeah. Well, not, yeah. It'd been boiled bacon or something. Stew. So it's something disgusting. Give me one of those microwave lasagnas.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
Nice.
Anyway,
That's it.
Cool.
Turn back.
Okay, my fourth movie.
Okay.
It's a Tim Burton movie.
Oh yeah.
It's another retelling of a famous novel by. I had his name and I can't remember his
I
name
did
now.
not know this was a novel.
Oh yeah, there's a novel
did
by
not know
French. This Pierre.
They're not all called Pierre.
Yeah.
Some
just make up a comedic second name.
just some frog.
No,
Yeah.
I'm pissed now. I can't remember what the name of the guy was. But anyway, he wrote the famous book
Pierre Le Frog.
Yeah. There we are.
Planet of the Apes. So I picked Tim Burton's version of Planet of the Apes. Another film that doesn't get a lot of love.
I love that. I love this movie.
And I like this movie.
I
Have
love
you
this
seen
one.
this movie?
No.
You must have seen this movie. Chris Christopherson, Mark Wahlberg.
Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
Chris Christopherson.
Whistler.
The
Blade.
Chris Christopherson.
The Chris Christopherson.
Lately departed.
He just died as well.
Tried to say
Yeah.
that. Tried to say that with a lisp.
Try to say what was this?
Chris Christopherson.
I can't.
I'm still trying to look for your man's name.
I
Anyway,
can't do it. I could never.
But yeah,
I'd end up spitting or whatever,
Tim
and
Roth.
then that'd be
Oh yeah, Tim
Tim
Roth.
Roth's
Yeah.
amazing in this. There's one of the apes.
What's his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Michael Duncan Clark.
Is that
Oh,
that's
another
the-
guy that's dying.
That's the
Yeah.
guy
We
from-
need to
Yeah, well, these
Green
films
Mile.
are all, this is from 2001 as well. Most of my movies were
This
2001.
this
for some
film
reason.
was huge though when it came out, wasn't it? This done well in the box office.
I don't think so.
No, that one did
No,
awfully.
No, I don't think it did awful.
Did it?
Yeah.
I remember the hype.
It's
when this
another, it's
movie
another
came out
one
was
that
huge.
suffers
Are you
because
talking
of.
about the new ones? That
No. This when this came out, I remember seeing it everywhere. Like the promotion for this was.
Well, it's
huge.
Tim Burton, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's considered a Tim Burton flop, I think.
I loved it. I
Yeah.
liked it. I really liked
But
it.
I think this is a great movie. It's a different retelling than the Charlton Heston one from the 60s.
Okay.
Boulet. Pierre Boulet, is it? I'm trying to think of my French name.
is it Mark Wahlberg? Tony, which one is it?
It's Mark Wahlberg.
I'm not a fan of the Wahlbergs.
No,
I like Mark Wahlberg. He's done some good movies.
he likes working traffic.
He's in Ted.
Doesn't
Or-
like-
I do like.
Doesn't like Asian people. Eh?
But
Does he
yeah,
not?
Well,
this is a good version of the Pierre Boulet story. What's his name?
Oh, you
Creme brulee.
got it.
Creme
right.
brulee story.
I think that's his name. But yeah, it's a
So what do you like
it's a great
about it?
movie. I don't know. It's just well done. I mean, I love the Charlton Heston ones, the old
He
ones.
likes monkeys.
I love the Planet of the Ape TV. So
Yeah.
do you. You've got
Technically
fucking Congo.
I don't like the monkey. The monkeys and Congos are the enemies.
Yeah, but no, I love Planet of the Apes. I love everything to do
Yeah.
with it, the new stories. I love the 60s and 70s ones. I love the TV series that was out in the 80s
Never knew there
or
was a TV
70s.
series.
Oh yeah, it
It was
was
good.
really good. So yeah, glad to see this. Tim Burton doing it well. The apes look amazing, and special effects are fantastic, and the story's pretty much
Is there
basically
kind
the
of
same thing.
bestiality in this one as well, like in the 70s one?
Would you shift an ape from that bit?
They're kind
Is there like
When
a
you were
pretty
young-
ape and like an ugly ape?
No, they all.
Is there an ape love interest?
I can't say they all look the same.
Like-
They're just apes.
like,
like
when you were young,
there is a
did-
love interest in this Mark Wahlberg, all right.
And is it one of
It's
the
Chris
apes?
Christopherson's daughter.
Oh, it's not
She
him.
isn't an ape though.
no, she's a human. But you know, in the 70s
Technically an
version,
ape.
you know, in
Yeah.
the 70s version, you know, there was a bit of love interest between an ape and a human.
Mm.
But
Right.
were you just like, spank bank?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. Great movie if you haven't seen it, but it does get
I
a lot
love
of
that.
shtick.
I do love this one. I don't
like
know why
that
it gets a
movie.
lot of stick.
I don't know why. I like it. I think
Was
it's
it
a great
because because it was Tim Burton and people expected a certain thing of him?
I don't know.
It wasn't this.
maybe.
Is he quirky?
Is it comparing movies to other movies yet again?
I think so. I think this was a one.
I like the Garrett who plays.
Does it have any Tim Burton quirk at all or not?
Not really.
No.
No,
Maybe
it's,
that could
it's
be it.
definitely.
It hasn't got black and white
Is
stripes
Helena Bonham
anymore.
Carter in it?
Paul
no.
Giamatti's
Oh,
in it.
Helena Bonham Carter is in
Helena
it.
Bonham
She plays
Carter
an ape.
plays
She's
An
an ape.
ape.
what's her name? Can't
She
remember.
must be a pretty.
She's an
Yeah, Paul Giamatti's in it. It's a great cast,
Yeah.
but it's a good movie. But it does get a lot of.
I like it. It's one of those films that I was watching. This in
Yeah,
theatre.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I've not seen a lot of these films. I need to.
Yeah, I'm watching that tonight.
Right.
Use that
W-
one.
w- was-
Go
Okay.
on, second last
My
movie.
fourth film
Yeah.
is, I think, definitely one of my favourite Tom Cruise films.
Mm.
Like, actually, what would. Yeah, if not my favourite, yeah, it's up there.
I just don't like Tom Cruise. Oh,
Vanilla Sky.
vanilla ice cream.
Mm.
You had a look of discontent then. Do you not like it?
I don't like this movie anyway. But it probably helps the fact that I'm just not a big fan of Tom Cruise.
Mm.
But the film, I thought it was needlessly a bit.
Without giving away stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit like remember we mentioned in another video about like Inception was just trying to be something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
I felt that Vanilla Sky. I've watched the whole thing and I will say that it's definitely a movie worth watching.
Mm.
Mm.
But I thought it was needlessly trying to be more than what it was. Does that make sense? It was just
Yeah.
trying to be something that it just kind of. It was just. Yeah.
See, I think there's elements that I see, like it's not a Tom Cruise film. I don't think.
No.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I
think.
And I can see people being disappointed.
Tom
with
Cruise
that.
films are pretty bread and butter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They don't need much thought.
There's parts of it where the
Yeah.
acting is a little bit kind of, and like his and Jason Lee, that's his name, isn't it? Like the dynamic between that friendship, you think, oh, these are like two schmucks or whatever. But still,
I just look for the
a really good. Do it at 12. I think the story has you guessing all the way through.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a great movie.
It goes away like it's a help him, man.
It's just me asking these folks.
Is this the bloopers or
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like it's a film that sticks with you.
Yeah.
It has like one rewatch appeal maybe. So like if it's the first time you're watching it, I
Yeah.
envy you a little bit because
Yeah.
it's never going to be the same film
I
again.
always put this movie in the Jim Carrey Eternal Sunshine. Eternal
Yeah.
Sunshine of the Spotless
I
Mind.
don't like that movie.
I always find it
Yeah,
in the
I
same
like
bracket.
those.
I think I
Yeah.
watched the two of them around the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know what the,
I
the
see what
age
you.
gap
I actually see
is.
what you mean. I see what
But
you mean.
a lot of people don't like movies that they have to think. People
Yeah.
like just some movies to
Yeah.
go in and sit
Like
down.
Inception,
and,
as I said, people just
I had to watch Inception 4 times before I really got the whole
Yeah.
lot of it.
they got it
And
the
I love
first
it.
time.
Whereas this,
First time.
I think it finishes the story. I'm not going to give away anything. I think it leaves not enough uncertainty.
Mm.
So like it really, like at the end of the film, it kind of tells you exactly what you see.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that takes away from a little bit. The soundtrack to this is amazing.
Oh yeah, I will say that. The
Um,
soundtrack is unbelievable.
the pop culture references really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz in this is ridiculous. Like this is her best role, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. But just a fucking fantastic film. It's based. It's a adaptation or a remake of another film. Is it the Spanish film that Open Your Eyes?
Right.
Which is the English translation of the title,
The original.
which is said all the way through this.
Why did it? Why did it?
Go on, why is it flop?
Yeah, why did it do so bad?
Well, it was a really dark film right after 9/11, and
Oh.
there's a part of the film, without giving away anything, where someone has to jump off a building for whatever reason, and it kind
Is
of
it
I
the-
think that tied in. I think it's not a popcorn munch like Marty says. If you take your mind off it for a couple of minutes, and you kind of lose the story.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
okay.
Maybe you can't walk in on. You know what I mean? You have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So it was really bad timing for that movie then.
Yeah, all the time. But I think it probably. I get it. Like some of the acting is really goofy, and some of the kind of dialogue is like rich person dialogue, which is
Yeah.
bullshitty. But,
Yeah.
but it is fantastic.
yeah,
I
I
can't
don't-
think of a better Tom Cruise film.
I always find it weird when a movie done bad after some sort of. I know it sounds weird, but after some sort of disaster happens, I always find that. I just always find it strange the way people can't separate
Yeah.
disaster from like actual real things from movies.
Yeah.
I may have made most of that up. Like maybe that isn't why it did bad.
Fucking Walter Mitty.
But I think this has grown since.
Yeah.
I imagine
Yeah.
this has a big.
But
cult
that does
liking
have
now.
a.
Yeah.
If I had to pick kind of 10 unusual movies, that'd be straight into it. I like this kind of movie,
Yeah.
like Memento, as I said, Eternal Sunshine.
Being John Malkovich.
There's some kind of people who just will not watch them,
Yeah.
and maybe with the bad timing and that
Yeah.
sort of movie,
Right.
and because it wasn't Tom Cruise, just being
I
Tom
think it's the
Cruise,
story
like,
of
you know,
Scientology.
No, but it is.
it has to be rewatched again.
Yeah,
for
look,
me and you
I
personally,
definitely need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in years.
Next,
Love the
Some really
soundtrack.
good- if you like any of these movies, let us know in the comments. I love.
Another sickening thing as well, like where he's disfigured.
Yeah.
And you want to feel sorry for him, but he's still better looking than like me, do you know what I mean, or whatever.
That's
So
just
it's hard to
Yeah,
feel.
that's the thing when he's
It's hard to feel sorry for him, and he's still fucking like gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? Right.
Glenn, you're on your last film.
Last movie, thank fucks is Martin. Right, my favorite, my favorite out of my list of bad movies is Jurassic Park. But if you put put the 3 at the end there, Jurassic Park 3.
Is it not in there?
You open it there, Martin. I've only one hand.
Once you fuck it up, innit?
Yeah, I will fuck it up if
Go on, keep talking. Go.
Jurassic Park 3. It's a great movie. Done really bad. You can hold it up there, Martin.
Okay.
It done really bad.
It's in this cool box set.
It's a cool box set that
American
looks like a book.
box set.
It done really bad compared to the Jurassic Park in the Lost World.
Yep.
Released, I think it was 2000, 2001, was it? I think it was.
Tell you now, you just keep talking.
Yeah, you just keep talking.
You
The story is just, I enjoyed it. It's full of action. It kind of definitely delves in more to Michael Crichton's writing than the new Jurassic World movies do. I feel.
right. Yeah,
Kind of ties up. I think it ties up the original trilogy. Even though it is by far the worst of the original trilogy,
Yeah.
it ties it up because it brings in elements of the second book, The Lost World, into the movies, and it's cool. Like we were mentioning before, it's cool to see visually see something that you've read about in a novel.
Yeah.
Kind of a goofy enough story. Like family are going on an illegal boat ride beside the island. What are you laughing at?
Good story, yeah.
Have you seen it?
No. Yeah, I have. Ages ago, but I can't remember.
And to try and view some dinosaurs, and they get attacked by an unseen force.
The kid gets lost on the
Yeah,
paragliding.
they're on a
and they have to go
paraglide
and get
and-
rescue him.
And Sam Neill, who plays Alan Grant, makes a return in it.
And so does Laura
Dern.
Dern.
Laura
yeah,
Lapps.
yeah.
Laura. Still a black.
Surprise,
Can
surprise.
I tell you something, Dwayne, that's going to make you fancy me less?
Why? What?
I don't really like the first Jurassic Park,
Whoa.
and the rest of them I like even less.
The
Okay.
Jurassic World. You don't like Jurassic Park? Have you read the book?
No.
You should read the book. The book's really good.
Yeah.
But
I like all these.
bastard.
Yeah.
I like it because okay, yeah, the story is, and his parents come to rescue him, and they bring Dr. Alan Grant along with them, and hilarity ensues.
Yeah. I like it. It's a good fun.
It's a fun movie.
I mean, going back to what I said a few minutes ago, I think it suffers because of the two predecessors.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Very hard to compete.
And they really tried, because they tried to use, the T-Rex wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't the main one. I think it was the pterodactyls was the main one.
It was
the bird
the
cages.
Spinosaurus, man.
Spinosaurus.
The
but they
big
introduced, there was no pterodactyls
there was no
in the first two,
yeah,
and then they
right.
introduced all the bird cages.
And that was cool. And that was
class.
that was a scene in the first
Yeah.
novel. That was that.
Yeah,
And then
that was awesome.
the deserted lab as well was a scene in the
from
second
the early
novel.
ones. Yeah, it's really cool.
So like it definitely ties up things. Look, the dialogue isn't great. The script is a bit ropey.
I think it's much better than all the ones that have come out since.
Oh
Chris
yeah,
King.
yeah.
And they're not bad. Like I like them.
Yeah.
But I think Jurassic Park 3 is even better than them.
Yeah, definitely. But it was brutal. Like,
Yeah.
I'd say I think it done pretty okay at the box office because people were excited for having a new Jurassic Park movie. But it
was taken apart.
Yeah.
And then it was shit apparently.
Yeah.
I think it's good. It suffers from trying to follow the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Jurassic Park on the Super Nintendo or the FMV game on the Sega Mega CD?
I never had a Super Nintendo.
I played the Jurassic Park one where you were one dinosaur and you had to fight the computer dinosaur. I know that one, Jurassic Park Battles or something.
Oh, Warpath or something, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Primal
It was like Tekken, wasn't it?
It could have been. No, it wasn't Primal Rage.
It was like Tekken, wasn't it?
It was like Tekken only with dinosaurs.
And I remember playing.
Was that quite a modern game, was it? Or?
Remember the arcade game with 2 guns as well?
Yeah,
like,
that was really good.
Time Crisis.
Yeah, we never got a home version of that.
We need Dino Crisis
that's,
movie.
That's no, Time Crisis.
Amazing movie.
Time
Crisis.
Yeah.
Dino
They're
Crisis.
doing a movie.
Dino Crisis would be.
They're doing a movie of what did I say that movie was?
Primal Rage.
Primal
Fear?
Primal Fear. No.
Primal. It's a dinosaur comic set during the Vietnam War.
Primal War.
Could be Primal War. But they're doing a movie version of it next. You have to sit down. Okay, I'm gonna do a pop.
What will I do?
The magic trick.
Dwayne,
It's the magic trick.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Do you want to explain what's
Yeah,
just
good
happened?
choice, Dwayne. Yeah. So
What's after
You're
happening,
not going
Martin?
to explain what's just happened,
What's
Matt.
just happened?
The camera ran out of storage, so we had to shoot the last 2 movies that me and Peter's going to show again. Just in case you're wondering, nothing has changed.
you might-
or it was a magic trick.
You might get a lackluster explanation on these now.
Yeah.
I like being there.
Yeah, this could be a bit shorter.
Yeah.
So my 5th movie was a sequel, obviously, because I'm showing it. Jaws 2. This came out in 1978. A very hard act to follow. The original blockbuster or summer blockbuster in 1975. Such a classic.
What was that?
My favorite movie. Yeah. So Jaws. Yeah. So it was a very hard act to follow. A lot of people don't like this sequel. Didn't think much of it. They don't like the 3rd and 4th film at all because they are pretty shit now. But I think this is a great movie. I think it's a great sequel. I think they've done a really good job continuing the story of
The shark.
Brody and the wife and the kids and Sean and Michael and the whole lot.
Jesus Christ, he's
they're all
named a whole
back.
fucking lot of them.
So so Ellen and Martin Brody, they did a whole lot. No,
So why do people think it's shite then?
I don't know. It has a very low rating. Maybe they don't think it's shite. They probably think it's shite compared to the original, which it probably is.
Yeah.
But it's not shite, if you know what I mean. I think it's a really good movie. Have you seen the Jaws sequel?
The last time I seen it was, like I said before, the last time I seen it was when I was probably a preteen.
Yeah.
I also love the fact that I love the fact that I managed to get my last movie in at the end because these are so stagnant the way you're describing this shit.
So we did talk about how the animatronic shark looks terrible, but it got worse and worse and worse.
Oh
as it
yeah,
went on.
the shark is
With technology getting better, you think it would get worse, but it actually got worse.
You're talking really quickly, Matt.
I know. It's just I've done this already. It's like, fuck. But this is a great film. It gets some bad press, but I think it's a great
it's
sequel.
not convincing, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was on the last video.
I know. Yeah,
That didn't
just
happen.
a shame that
He started crying on the last video.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
And then he started threatening
upset.
people who said it was rubbish.
Yeah.
He told me I was adopted.
But let us know if you've seen
That's
Jaws
not
2 and
cool.
what you think of it. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
So, Peter, you have the honour once again of doing the last movie.
Okay, well, Martin talking so fast has bought me some time, so I'm going to go really slow.
Oh, you haven't got a lot of time.
Right. Okay. So you was talking originally.
Yeah.
You thought the downfall of that is it was just such a hard act to follow. I think these films suffer from that kind of more than any other in any franchise. I think.
Sure.
So. You ready?
He's ready.
So I am picking a Matrix movie. The first Matrix when it came out was just fucking like it redefined
Cinema.
what films could be, I think. And
definitely.
you hear like kind of praises heaped on it, and it deserves every praise it gets.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Yeah, totally.
I went to see the sequels in the cinema after, and was disappointed. Like just immediately disappointed and thinking like that wasn't worth the wait. And I remember the wait for the first film to the second film felt like forever. But on rewatching them, I like them almost as much as the original film. I think what held them back was they are just so dense with philosophy and religion, and like they're not popcorn munchers like the original film is.
As dense as you.
As dense as what part of me?
They are a much tougher watch than the first one. You have to put a bit of thought
I-
into them or concentrate a bit more.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
they're a rewarding watch.
Absolutely great.
I haven't watched.
And they
the
build
sequels.
over time. Like I don't think The Matrix gets better with each watch. Like it was just a fantastic film to begin with. Whereas the second and third film was like they do improve as time goes on. But these aren't the films I'm talking about.
Oh.
It's this Matrix film,
Oh.
which is
Twist.
controversial, I think, for a lot of people. But I think Matrix Resurrections gets so much kind of anger and vitriol against it. I don't think it deserves it.
Right.
Is it about Jesus?
It's not about Jesus. I think this film,
Resurrection.
when I first watched it, I was like everyone else. I wasn't as kind of as angry as everyone else, but I remember thinking like disappointing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
See in the cinema.
no. So this came out during COVID.
Okay.
So it had really limited theatrical releases, I think, but it was released straight to kind of streaming services, which held it back and kind of impacted how much money could be made on it. But on rewatching it, I think it is much better than what people said and what I originally thought.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I seen it when it came out. I seen it on a download or something, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole idea of it. What the hell are they doing to the Matrix? Like, you know, because everybody likes the Matrix. But as I said, I didn't like it. I bought it. It's still sealed, so you can obviously tell what I think of it. But you're telling me I need to rewatch it, and I will.
I think anybody that watched it originally and thought it was like shite, I would say rewatch it again because it's definitely not that.
Yeah.
And I think this film was kind of victim to like the current culture wars that we kind of live in, and like was started before this came out. But I think this certainly is a victim of that. I just think it's
I'll
really,
rewatch it.
like it's clever. Some of the stuff that I didn't
Open it,
fully
man. I have
understand
to
the first, some of the stuff that I didn't understand the first time, or the things I was criticizing about, was because I misunderstood certain parts of the plot. I think
Right.
so. Definitely a rewatch. And there is a new Matrix movie coming out.
Oh.
It was announced kind of earlier this year,
Okay.
and I really hope it continues in this story because I think it could go places.
Any title for it yet? No.
No, not yet.
Is
It's something beginning with an R on
It'd
it.
be now, yeah.
Is piano in it?
Well, hopefully, if it's a continuation of this story, then Keanu has to be in it. And Carrie-Anne Moss has to be in it because they have like equal powers now, and that pissed a load of people off.
Oh.
And they said, like, how could there be like an extra film in this trilogy because the kind of prophecy was complete, but actually the prophecy wasn't complete.
Has only begun.
I don't know if it's only begun. I don't know where it's going to end, but
It's the prophecy.
Don't. ruin it.
but Trinity now has kind of all the powers he has, and he was supposed to be the one.
Is this something to do with
Okay.
Blade?
Have you seen No, but it is really good. I would
Okay.
say definitely rewatch
I will
this.
rewatch
You
it,
might
yeah.
watch it and think it's shit, and I'm fanboying, and I want it to be good, and maybe I am doing that. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm kind of making something kind of better than it is because I just really want it to be that, but I don't think it is that.
Okay.
I think
I'll give it another shot then.
I
Definitely.
have to watch
soon as I have
the
it.
sequels properly and all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
But I will. I must do it.
So
Right.
that's that.
That's that. That's all the movies, guys. So yeah.
Not gonna kiss you again.
No.
You haven't kissed this side of the face yet.
No, I
though.
haven't actually.
Yeah.
Come here,
Jesus.
baby.
Okay. Thanks everybody who tuned in to the latest video. We don't know what we're gonna do next. So you let us know in the comments what kind of video do you want us to do. Do you want us to do 90s? Do you want to do a genre? Fuck off. Do you want to do a genre, horror, sci-fi movies? 5 of our favorite sci-fi movies, or or anything at all. Just let us know in the comments. And thanks once again for watching the last ones.
Do you want to shout anybody out or?
No.
Hi Ben.
Ben, yeah. Hi Ben. Hi Nicola. Both Nicolas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The movie club, Christmas party week this week.
David. Oh
David,
yeah.
yeah.
You got your secret Satan?
And yeah.
Yeah, you want to say
yeah.
no?
Who did you get, man?
You can't
No,
say
I
it's a
can't
secret
say.
Satan.
Who did you get?
I don't know, but I know.
I'm going to cut it
Obviously.
before we let
Spoil
something
it.
out of the bag.
Okay, do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Cheers.